Europe mostly, the gaffers set the flags. And in America, we have a grip department who does that. And I'm so used to that I could never, ever accept that the gaffer sets the flag. Because I think the electricians have a lot of work to do. And to move faster, I don't want them to set the flags. Because the grips should do that.
That's a very important point, is that the gaffer in America is responsible for the light, and then for shaping and fashioning the light, it's the grip.
I think it's an interesting process, because having worked on productions based in the UK, and we've worked with gaffers and DOPs coming over from the States, so working the American system. But we usually find that people are sort of quite happy to adapt, though I do think you need to sort of bear that in mind and apportion people, so you kind of do split up, especially on a big sort of show,
So in the Sparks crew, which is the Gaffers crew, do you guys have certain people who are more flag setters and
yes,
others
who
are...
Yes, I think so. And then, yes, there's people. And then we also have the riggers, you see, in the UK sort of system. I'm not sure in the rest of Europe. But these people then facilitate things if there's big bits, of rags to float in. So we do have a sort of break off people who can deal with sort of heavier work, so the gripping.
Okay, we do have to define what a rag is for this audience.
So a rag's a piece of diffusion. It could be anything of any size. It's there to either soften a light source or bounce a light source, or again, actually, we'll get onto this, putting a negative, so shaping light, basically. So these are anything.
Anything that can be used to diffuse, bounce, or block the light, basically.
But going on now to the the European system of the gaffer, I have to say I actually really enjoy, especially when we're working closely around the camera, is shaping the light, especially. Actually setting the flags, if it's something that's some distance away from the camera, of course there needs to be a man over there. But I think when you're working around, an artist, it's very good as a gaffer to be able to set the lights and just move the light a little bit and move the flag. I actually like having that flexibility and not having another person there. I actually think that's a faster process for me. And I guess that's what I've sort of grown up with, really.
For us in France, it's quite difficult to get the habit of the American system. It's a cultural thing, and I'm always and it's because on the action you have no time. I'm always ask the gaffer to make the diffusion and to do the diffusion because I can't imagine to ask that to the grip.
That's what you're used to.
It's a cultural problem. Yeah. And about to change or not the gaffer, sometimes it's so comfortable, then it's make you a little bit sleepy. We're traveling a lot around the world now, and we have to take the habit to work with the people where we're going to work. It's much better not to keep the habit to have always the same guys.
Back to the point about the different systems. I think when you're given a particular job, you focus on that, and so you don't get that crossover. And in Britain, in having the crossovers we do, it means that you, as Reuben was saying, that you have someone on set, and because something's electrical and something's grip, it doesn't mean that, I'm not touching that. We appropriate different people to do specific jobs, which makes our industry so efficient, and it's wonderful to watch. The Batman film, we did essentially appropriate people to do grip and electrics, but there was that dynamics that we could cross over.
In the movies that I've worked on, most of them have been the American system with a gaffer and a grip. But the gaffer and the grip work so closely together, you just can't be territorial. If a grip stand needs to be moved or a flag needs to be a little bit different, the gaffer can do it. It's not a problem.
And he won't get...
no.
Okay.
We're all in this together. If the producer is trying to shortchange you and not give you enough people, then you don't want to do that. But if you have a full crew, there's no reason not to share some of the work. It just works more efficiently that way, I think.
So they'll let you move a flag.
Absolutely. And I'll let them move a light once in a while.
Okay.
Once in a while.
It's always very nice when you go to work in a foreign country. For us, it's when you choose the gaffer, you have to ask is who he want to work with, like a K grip. What I'm doing I prefer to have a crew, you know, not individual people.
You're absolutely right. Michel was explaining about how you do call upon these individual people, but you're as a director or a producer does, he wants the team in effect, and it is such a collaborative process that it is not. You allocate one person, but with that one person comes the whole team, and I think that's appropriate to any part of the industry. Really, it's the team that's important, and that's what very generously everyone is alluding to.